Anthony takes another sip of his drink and suddenly begins choking. The other guests carefully lower him on the floor, but when Edward checks on him, he confirms Anthony's already dead. The men take the body to Anthony's room and find the illegal uppers, but William forbids them from hiding them because this is now a police investigation. Afterward, everyone agrees to go to bed and leave in the morning. Ethel continues to have nightmares about the night of the crime, but her dreaming is interrupted by a mysterious knock on the door. Edward also spends the night having nightmares about the operation that went wrong, filled with blood and guilt. He's suddenly woken up in the morning by Thomas, who wants him to check on his wife. Unfortunately, by the time Edward gets there, he can only confirm Ethel has been dead for a few hours. Meanwhile, Philip decides he'll go to breakfast with his gun just in case. When he leaves his room, he finds William looking at Anthony's body and making an important discovery: Anthony's mouth smells of cyanide. Edward bumps into Vera, who brings him to the dining room to show him that now there are only 8 figurines on the table. Edward doesn't take her seriously, and after he leaves, Vera has a vision of her old employer Olivia that reminds her of the day she lost the kid. She, Olivia, and the child Cyril were having a nice day on the beach, and Olivia had to scold Cyril for wanting to swim when he wasn't strong enough to do it. Later they were joined by Cyril's uncle Hugo, who Vera instantly fell in love with. A moment later, everyone has breakfast prepared by Thomas, and Vera insists on asking about the figurines, but the others swear they didn't touch them. Vera is still worried because Anthony's and Ethel's deaths match the lines of the poem, and she thinks healthy young men like Anthony don't die out of nowhere. She wonders why Edward brought medicines with him if he came for a party and not for work, prompting Edward to admit he was supposed to treat Mrs. Owen. Vera still thinks they should check his bag, and Edward finally gives in, but only after pointing out that then they should also check Lawrence's things because Edward saw him in the cancer ward in his clinic. Both suitcases are checked, but they only find mild medicine, nothing dangerous, and an offended Edward throws Vera's suitcase open in revenge. Afterward, Philip approaches Vera in private and explains he killed those men for diamonds before asking Vera about her own truth, but Vera sticks to her story. She loved the kid and almost drowned too trying to save him. Meanwhile,